Hi everybody! In today's video I want to talk about augmented reality and how to use it in product development and industrial design. I will show you my workflow from a sketch to a 3D model and how to bring that to your smartphone and in AR. So this won't be a tutorial because I'm not a tutorial guy that shows you where to click and what to do. Instead I want to focus on the bigger picture and talk about AR use cases in design and especially in prototyping. So let's go! So here you can see an overview of my process. The whole purpose of it is to show people the capabilities of AR. So that's not a real client project with briefing, research, etc. It's a quick, just for fun demo. So I started with a sketch page and explored different shapes for an electric toothbrush. Then I used my smartphone, took a picture of the sketch on the right side and put this sketch into Blender. Once the 3D model was finished, I exported a FBX file and uploaded it on my iPhone using iCloud. And the last step was to open the Adobe Aero app in iOS and to import this model. And here we are, the toothbrush is finally in augmented reality. So here you can see the end result of the whole process. A 3D model of the toothbrush I put next to some bathroom elements, so that you can see size and context. Of course this model can be much more detailed and materials could be more advanced with textures and stuff. But for now this is it. And I think it does the job. Because you could use this rough setup to ask users or clients for feedback early on in the development process. But let's go back to the sketch where it all started. So while I talk, I keep the time-lapse running in the background. So overall, nothing fancy going on here. Just some quick marker sketches of different toothbrush shapes. Some familiar, others a little bit more advanced. I only use orthographic views here to sketch the object. So I save a lot of time because I don't need the perspective for now. And I can directly use the front view in 3D to produce the poly model. If this would be a real project, I would create an underlay with all the technical components of the toothbrush, proportions and the perfect dimensions in terms of ergonomics. And then I would start to produce front and side views to think about shapes, materials, parts and features. But as I said, this is just a quick ideation to find shapes and a demo project, so these views are a perfect foundation for a 3D model. So here we are in Blender. Usually industrial designers are working with CAD software like SolidWorks or Rhino, because the focus is to create data for manufacturing. Polygons are perfect for visualization, but much more common in games and entertainment design than industrial design. And I don't want to start the nerd talk here, but currently there's no real pipeline between traditional CAD programs and polygon software. So often there's only one way: to remodel the whole thing in poly software, because it's super important to have an eye on smooth topology. So what I do here is basically setting up my viewport, loading in the toothbrush front view and building the whole thing with basic modeling tools. You can do way more advanced stuff here, but my focus was on fast results. Talking about use cases for augmented reality in product design. So in my opinion this could be a real game changer, because it becomes so easy for everybody to set up scenes in AR. A traditional 3D rendering is one thing, and it already helps to communicate a detailed idea to the client. But augmented reality offers a whole new dimension. You can place the product right into the context, in my case the bathroom, and make it look real. And also, because it's calculated in real time, you can have a closer look, judge the proportions and test different materials. Industrial designers have a very trained imagination. We are used to tell how the end product could look like from seeing only a sketch. But many people have a hard time to really judge a design early in the process. So augmented reality could really help them to bridge this gap. Imagine ideation workshops with the result in 3D augmented reality, product presentations in front of investors, or a remote design process. Industrial design will always need a real hardware prototype, a print or a mock-up, but augmented reality is a great addition and has the potential to become a great tool for visual prototyping and storytelling. There's so much to discover. So here we are in Adobe Aero on my iPhone. I scanned the bathroom, downloaded the FBX file from iCloud and put this toothbrush where it belongs. And after some positioning, rotation and scaling, it's on the final position. And as you can see, when I move the camera, the object is pretty stable. Really good tracking and it works great in my opinion. So this was a first test and I'm still exploring the app. Next time I will use nice textures or animate something. What a great tool. But okay, maybe we shouldn't get too fancy here. The thing is, it only makes sense if you can use it without spending too much time. The focus should be to get client or user feedback fast and early on, and not to build a complicated, fully textured augmented reality animation. That's the difference between industrial design and illustration in my opinion. We are using the same tools, but the intention and the purpose is quite different. So I will definitely use augmented reality as a visual prototyping tool in future projects. But my goal is not to reach perfectionism. So this was my short video about augmented reality. I hope you learned something and maybe you try those tools in your own projects. Thanks so much for watching. If you want, you can follow me on social media to get to know more about ideation, concept and industrial design. Thanks and see you in the next one.